Brendan Sharkey.
Well, good afternoon. You know, here's the reason why we're here. The reason why we're here is because this is not just happening in Wisconsin. This is happening all over the country. I know that because I saw on the news this morning Governor Chris Christie. Now, Governor Chris Christie was talking about his state, but he was asked about what was happening in Wisconsin. And he said, well, geez, you know, that's happening in Wisconsin. I can't really comment on that, but I'm sure the Governor Walker's doing what he thinks is best for the state of Wisconsin. Well, then he was asked, well, why is it in New Jersey that you are not trying to push for the elimination of collective bargaining in an effort to balance your budget in New Jersey? And you know what his response was? What? His response was, well, I've got a Democratic legislature. I couldn't get it done even if I tried. Went one step further. He was asked, well, Governor, why is it that you have lost 5,000 jobs in the state of New Jersey since you became governor? And he said, oh, no, don't look at that. Look at the fact that I've gained 15,000 private sector jobs. And immediately the response was, well, wait a minute. But you also, because of your cuts and your unwillingness to honor the collective bargaining process, you lost 20,000 private sector jobs for a net loss of 5,000 jobs. And his response was, yeah, that's pretty much the way I want it to go. Because we want to be cutting public sector jobs. We want to create private sector jobs instead. So the message from Governor Christie was the public sector unions, those 20,000 families who've lost their jobs, those 20,000 families that are not paying income taxes, that are taking unemployment, put them off to the side. Now, what also Governor Christie said about when he's asked about Connecticut and the fact that in Connecticut we honor collective bargaining. We honor the right of public sector unions to bargain for solutions to our state budget crisis. You know what he said? He said, let me tell you, all of a sudden he didn't say, well, I don't really know what's happening in Connecticut. I can't talk about that. No, you know what he said was, I got a message for Governor Malloy. When Governor Malloy engages in the budget negotiations he's engaging in right now, that includes tax increases as well as concessions and collective bargaining, I'll be standing at the state border looking for the companies that are going to come to New Jersey from Connecticut. That was the way he treated the state of Connecticut. My attitude is, and my message to Governor Chris Christie is, I wouldn't live in New Jersey if you paid me $1 million. And I can say that. I can say that because I'm a native of New Jersey. I was born in New Jersey. I wouldn't open up a business. I wouldn't open up a business in New Jersey. Because if we live in a state, because we live in a state here in Connecticut that honors our contracts, honors our public sector workers, honors our public sector unions, that is a commitment I want to live in. That's a state I want to live in. And this is a national trend. The Republicans throughout this country are using the economic crisis that we're facing right now as a reason to bust unions. It has nothing to do with balancing budgets. It has everything to do with busting our public sector unions. I'm not going to stand for it, and neither will you. Let's keep fighting.